On this video demo, I'm going to show you how to use array of structures with the user inputs. Let's get started. Okay, so let's have our next demonstration. So we will be using the demonstration file used in struct demo02. Okay, so this is exactly the file that has been utilized on that demonstration. Okay, so let me just close the workspace here. Okay, and let me save this as demo3. All right, so what we're going to do with this file is we are going to include inputs coming from the user. Okay, so we are going to modify the previous program. This time there would be inputs coming from the user. So let me initially compile it. Okay, yes. All right, so this one here, which was initially defined, okay, so we will be asking this input from the user. So let's say we still have 5 records there. So instead of having it defined, we want it coming from the user. So we just have to change the body of the program and ask those inputs from the end user. So let's start. So say I have here student rec. Okay, let's use the same variable there, student. Okay, and then say I have there numRec, so which is initially set of 5. Okay, so z out, you'll have here say enter the following records. Okay, and then next line. So since we will be asking 5 records from the user, so we're going to use for loop again. So let's say for, say I have here int x is equals to 0. Okay, x is less than numRec, which is initially set of 5. Okay, and then x plus plus. All right, so begin. So we are going to have C out. Say, let me have some student record. Okay. Let me say this is, you've got x plus 1. I want to show the record number. So take note that we will be asking 5 records from the end user here. So, and then yx plus 1, because we initialized x here as 0. So we're going to start with record 1 rather than starting with record 0. All right. Next would be, I want to do show this bracket, and then say the next output would be on the next line. So you've got n time there. Okay, so C out. Let's start with the student number. All right. So next would be C in. Now to get the input coming from the user and put it on our records, okay, specifically on the student number, so we have to have C in. Okay, and then student. So take note that that is our variable here, student, and then our record number, so which is x. Okay, dot. So we will be asking for the student number. Okay, so that's how we assign value to a member variable of the structure. Let's do it again on the next variable there. So you've got Z out there, and then you've got the student last name. Okay, so let's say you've got student, just use the last name there. Okay, and then again C in. So still that would be student, and our record control, which is x dot. So this time we'll be getting the last name. All right. Next. So see out. So you'll have there, say, the average. Okay. So let's ask the average. So this time, the average would be, say, C in. It's still student. Okay, and our counter dot average. So you've got the average. Okay, and then let's close it. All right. So now that we're done asking input coming from the user, so the next thing to do is to display it. So again, this is exactly the same code that we used on the previous demonstration. Okay, so it's left justified. Okay, so you might want to set the precision. Okay, so you could have here something like, okay, so let's have it. See out. Let me have fixed. Okay, this still uses the IO manip, and then set precision. Okay, and set precision to 2. Okay, now this code here below is to display the record. Okay, record coming from the user. So the code here, this is to ask records or student records from the user. Let's test this code. Okay, then let's run it. Okay, so this would be the output. So this time we asked the end user to supply the record. Okay, so unlike from the previous demonstration, the record were defined inside the code. So this time it would be coming from the user. So let's test this program. So you've got 5 records here. This is the record 1 here. So the student number is 2021-01. The last name is Alpha. Okay, say the average is 1.00. Okay, next would be student number, say 2021-02. That's Beta. Okay, last name. And say the average would be 1. Okay, so third record, say Charlie. This is student number here. So this is 2021-03. Okay, so that should be Charlie there. Average, say that is 1.50. Okay, and record number 4, say this is 2021-04 Delta. The average is, say, 2. Okay, and the last one would be 2021-05. Last name is Echo. Okay, and the average, say, is 1.5. Okay, so this output here is the code ask student records from the user. And then the next thing is when we press enter, so this record will be displayed as defined by this code. Let's check that out. Okay, so here we go. So you could have some spacing there if needed, so for more readability of your output. Okay, so this is how we get input coming from the user using the structure. All right, so see you on the next video. Have a great day.